this horizontally rather than vertically. So that was an interesting time for us. Let's see, can I mirror it? Can I mirror the screen, or are we just going to have to deal with it being in a weird way? Who really knows? Eh. No. Take the retouch off. Ooh. No. That was weird. Apologies. I don't know what I'm doing, as per usual. What a fun time for us all to live. Anyways, how are we all doing? In the description box, if you want to follow along, is the PDF. I'm sitting on a very dodgy mat that Cece uses to clean her paws on. Sue, my love, how are you? How's it going? Janet, how are you? James, darling, your beautiful lady love is currently getting ready. She was going to do my makeup, but I'm a lazy bitch and I slept in. And this is what we're working with now. Look at this. I have poodle hair. It's beautiful. I'm very excited about it. Even, how are you? From Washington. Jesus, well done. Wilma, my love, how are you? There's some things actually that we're talking about today that is specifically quote unquote drag queen approved, as stated on their website. So I think that that's going to be quite interesting for us to discuss. So I can't wait to get your thoughts on that, my love. I might give it another minute or two, just so we're fully there. I am annoyed that I can't figure out how to... Oh, here comes Darcy. Did you hurt your paw? Your paw looks dodgy. He'll be fine. Did I play from current slide? There we go. The prettiest poodle. Mimi, my love, how are you? Winter is proving to be a bit chilly. I would imagine so. That's typically how winter is, isn't it? Cece has gone outside to bully the stray okay. It's a bit strange starting off on a live, but I do have my mug du jour, and you can look at it there. Look at it. It's a duck. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. Demi, my love, how are you? We're going to have a chat afterwards. I have some bits for you. And that's not a euphemism, I promise. I'm trying to make myself comfortable because I'm sitting on the floor, but this is my own fault. I've decided to do this. So, obviously haven't done this in 2 weeks. Haven't done a live in a very long time. And quack, quack, Demi, quack, quack. General things as per usual. You guys have been fantastic and haven't tagged me. If you check the description box, I have a PDF of everything that you can find there. It's sort of what my YouTube community members will get every single week, because they get an overview of what we're going to discuss kind of ahead of time. So you have that now. You get a little bit of a feeling for what it is that we discuss. But I'd have no episode if guys didn't tag me. So a massive thank you. Mirror image. Is it mirror imaging? My not so secret wink. Because the way that I'm looking at this is it's not mirroring. But it should be fine. Daniela is in the other room. She's putting her face on, and when you see her, she's glorious. So basically, we're doing a Beauty and the Beast type thing. So I'm the Beast and she is the Beauty, but she's going to wait and do her fabulous entrance, and she will join us in a little bit. But I do have fabulous people to thank for sending me information. I very much appreciate it. As per usual, massive thank you to my YouTube community members. Woot, woot, woot. I don't think Claire is here at the moment, but Claire, I have been a lazy bitch. Are we surprised? And Claire had chosen the Noirakorn Ghoul in Japan palette, the Blight Moon, and between me being on holidays and me being a lazy bitch, I hadn't sent it out. And then I was like, do you know what's easier if I just go on to C Beauty Mall and just order it for her and send it straight to her address? So hopefully, Claire, if you're watching this, not right now, but you will be watching it later, which is right now for you, but isn't right now for me. But time is relative. Demi, you're on the next one, you silly goose. See, there's more than just you. But yes, Claire, hopefully you will get it in the next while, and you can smash it onto your beautiful face. And isn't that all we can really ask for? Right, I will say, thankfully, in the 2 weeks that I was off doing my own thing, and there was a lot of heat involved because and global warming, etc., there wasn't that many releases that were that interesting. So I've just compiled it down to the stuff. You've WhatsApped me today. You said I was a glorious human. That wasn't me. I think that must be Demi. I'm assuming that's it. But I also agree, James is a glorious human. Let's get into some bits and pieces that we have to talk about. Beauty Bay. Do you remember the time where they were really relevant and they would, quote unquote, break the internet? And now this is what we get. Exhibit A. It's their Desert Haze 20 colour palette. It's €20. They do have like one special shade in it, which I do appreciate that they're at least doing. But it feels like they've kind of fallen off in terms of interest. It's not wildly interesting to me. Maybe I'm insane. Demi did, however, get this. So if you're in the chat and you see just Demi, she got this. And it's mostly because Demi is a wonderful, colourful rainbow of a human being. And she was like, oh, I don't have a lot of neutrals in my life, which she genuinely doesn't. So this was kind of like the acceptable neutrals for her. And I can kind of see that, this being the neutrals for people who aren't into neutrals. I kind of traverse both the neutrals and the colourful. So for me, this is just not very necessary. It reminds me a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Mario palette from like 5 million years ago. There's bits of that and then a little bit of subculture. I just don't find it wildly interesting. Dislikes algorithms. Lovely to see you. Mimi, I'm kind of in agreement here. It's not wildly interesting to me. I agree, dislikes. I think that pop of blue, they've put that in there to kind of draw your eye to it because it is an interesting blue. Like it does look like a nice blue. But then when you see it in the swatches, I agree. You can see it kind of like really stands out and you're like, what is this? What would I use that for? And I get it. Don't get me wrong. Like blues and oranges and those neutral tones do work really, really well. It's, colour theory. Not that I know much about colour theory. I just listen to other people talk about colour theory and I kind of go, yes, of course. Cool, I understand. So I get it in that sense that like these would work really, really well, but I feel like some of those shades are a little bit like, like, did you need to have those two oranges? Do you need like 5 and 7? So Canyon and Dune. Am I insane? But do they look quite similar? Danielle is waiting to do an entrance and she's glorious and it's very upsetting for me. But I've been able to rub Voltarol on her over this trip. So who's had the last laugh, really? Tea. Yeah, I mean, I didn't end up getting it. I feel like it could have been an olive tone shimmer instead of the blue. This is what I'm thinking as well. Wouldn't that have been really nice? I feel like adding in that blue was a bit expected. The expected unexpected. And I'm just like, could have been more interesting. I would have rather they not bothered and really worked on a killer palette for later in the year. I feel like this release is further deflating the brand's reputation. Wilma, couldn't agree more. They reached their heights with the berries, the earthy, and the midnight palette. For me, that's what I thought. And everything since then has just been kind of like a slow deflate. And there was a point where if you talked about a new Beauty Bay release, it was like all over the place. Like everyone was really excited about it. And I just feel like we're not at that place anymore. Like I've not really seen anyone talking about that. Yeah, dislikes. A pop of green would have been gorgeous. And I think would have made a lot more sense with this whole desert thing. Like put in like a cactus sort of a green or something. If that's the thing. Like who has blue in a desert? Like, unless you're talking about the sky, and the sky isn't even going to be that sort of a colour. So I'm a bit confused as to their rationale on that. It's €20, so it isn't exactly going to break the bank, which, I mean, that's kind of what's keeping Beauty Bay going, in my opinion, at this point. I actually can't even remember the last time that I bought from Beauty Bay in general, like as in for any other brand. And I feel like they themselves are falling down quite a bit. Their prices on all other products are just not as competitive as others. Like I was even looking at the Danessa Myricks Colour Fix duos, obviously because I'm an idiot, And they were more expensive on the Beauty Bay app than they were on Sephora. So by the way, I did get two, not Beauty Bay, Danessa Myricks Colour Fix sticks. Because in my mind, I was like, oh, it's like 19 euro a shade. I can do that. That makes sense to me. I've missed hearing your voice. I'm glad to be here. Yeah, poor Demi had been listening to my voice on how many? Like 4 or 5 days in a row. It's like I echo within your subconscious. Wilma, I picked up the Berries 42 pound palette because I sensed the death of the mega palettes. I wasn't wrong and I still haven't used Berries. Sigh. Isn't that interesting though? And I do feel like that was the height and hasn't really come back there. It's giving ancient Egyptian desert meets gold and lapis lazuli. Yes, all I can think of is, you know, that film Prince of Egypt. It's kind of making me think of that. Many brands have been releasing neutral palettes. Agreed, Janet, agreed. It's because of that increase in conservative vibes. And let's be real, conservatives don't tend to wear a lot of colour. So we're seeing a lot more neutral bits. And don't be wrong, you can have a gorgeous neutral palette, but I think there needs to be something really interesting about it. You have to have something there in terms of like the quality of the shadows, the kind of versatility of these things, maybe some little pops of shimmers, something like that to really make it work. Although that deep sea green vibe is so stunning, that's my only positive about it. Yeah, agree, Joe. I agree. Flea Market Gold. I never made it to a live before. Hello from Pennsylvania. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much for joining. I very much appreciate it. Manuela, my love, how are you? Fabulous to see you. Yeah. Right. I think that this is fine for the price. Totally fine for people who are lacking those neutral tones in their overall repertoire. Right? Totally fine. I'm not going to rain on anyone's parade with that. But with my ridiculous collection, as a few of you might know, it is a bit of a ridiculous collection. I don't need this. Definitely don't need this. And I've been working a lot on my whole completionist mindset and trying to make sure that I don't just arbitrarily go off and buy things. I didn't get the last botanical palette that they came out with, you know, when they did the bigger palette. I didn't do that. And I haven't done this. So you know what? We're going to call it growth and we're going to be happy for me and we're going to feel good. The Gourmand Girls neutral palette is the only one that tempted me. Totally fair, Janet. Totally fair. Manuela, what do you think of the palette? Because I am intrigued. But mind you, Manuela's gorgeous, so she can make anything work. So whatever. Shit, lost track of time. I'm in Tesco. Nora, I love Tesco. Are there any good mugs there? Because by the way, if you're looking for a mug, I got this mug from Tesco. Look at it. It's a little duck and I love it. It's fabulous. I highly recommend it. Polly, my love, how are you? Pat on the back, Teresa. Yes, quite frankly, pat on the back. I will say I'm an idiot and this came out and I don't judge me. Okay. I gotta go. So I will enjoy watching the rest of this live this evening. Have a fabulous day. Enjoy the rest of the day. Natasha Denona. Thank God. I was starting to get very worried about her because there was a lot of stuff coming out that I was like, not wildly interesting. Do I think that this is super interesting? Am I greedy? Would I like a much bigger palette? Yes. But she's done this before where she comes out with a mini and then there's a larger palette that kind of comes out from that and I'm hoping that's what we're getting. Anyways, what's happening here is the mini Gloom palette. It's €25.95. It apparently has 2 of Natasha's signature creamy mattes for rich buttery texture alongside 2 high shine metallics and 1 sparkling metallic for unmatched glossy multi-dimensional finishes. I do feel if you're going to try out Natasha, if you want to try them out, probably the £5 palettes are the way to go because it doesn't break the bank in as much as the kind of bigger ones. And she also has the Macrotech Eye Crayon in taupe for €22.95. I got very excited when I saw the taupe because I was like, oh my god, it's a lip liner. And it's actually an eye crayon, but let's be real. I'm gonna end up using that on my lips. So this is them, this is the whole thing. The palette is available over on Cult Beauty at the moment. I know this because I purchased it. I am also, as you guys know, a disgusting affiliate with Natasha Denona. Use my code, Teresa, for money off. You will go to hell, I'll go to hell, it's the whole thing. Do you know what annoyed me? I was going to buy it through Natasha Denona. Do you want to know what happened? I got through the whole thing. And I was trying to enter in my address. It seems they're not shipping to Ireland now. Thanks. So anyways, I've got the palette. The eye crayon isn't on Cult Beauty yet, but I will get it at some point. So we'll get there. I had good looking, but it was not easy to get payoff. Oh, well, that's interesting, Manuela. I collect Far Side mugs. I said, oh, amazing. It's kind of cute. I agree. I love little palettes. And yes, it would be nice if they were magnetic. I think that that's something they really need to think about. I'm not getting the mini balloon, but I want the MIDI when it comes out. If it does, I agree. I want them to do a MIDI version of this because I think it would be so interesting. I feel like a lot of brands are doing olives right now. I agree. We're seeing a lot of that now. And look me in the eye. I'm going to try and make eye contact with you, which being an autistic is very difficult. Where's the camera? I love olives, so I'm not against this. I love anything that's green. So do you see that middle shade? That one. That's got me. And I've ordered it. And I used a code. By the way, if you're buying anything off of Cult Beauty, use the code THUYCB. It's not mine. It's not affiliated. But it'll get you 20% off. Never pay full price, my friends. We don't want that. But when you see the swatches, is it just me? I love that. Is this a one and done palette? No, it's not. And do you know what? That's fine. You don't have to worry about that. It's grand. Fellow autistic. Hello, I love the pukey yellow too. Yes! It's so nice. I love it. It's so good. Did I buy it for that shade? Don't you fucking judge me. Don't you judge me. I mean, you can. It's free country. It's free country. But I love that. I love that murky blueness. Hum num num. Like, oh, I'm blending those into each other. Having that as like a pop on the inside. Blending that. I feel like I could make a whole look out of that. And I appreciate that. I like that. You guys know though, I am a bit of a Natasha Denona hoe when it comes to her eyeshadows. And you know what? I'm not a flea market. We're going to be talking about some Cosmic Beauty towards the end. Have a look at the PDF. Trust me. I'm excited. I need to send Faye, who is the owner of Cosmic Beauty, just a message saying, you have my debit card details. Just take the money out. I'm not even going to question. Just take it out and send it to me. Not even asking to be on PR. I don't care. I will buy these things myself, but send them to me. I'm very excited. And actually, my friend Daniela is on their PR, so she's got the palette, and she will be joining us, and she can talk to us a little bit about the palette. I mean, obviously she can't tell us what the shades are, but she will tell you her thoughts on it. And by the way, in case you don't know my gorgeous friend Daniela, she is exceptionally talented and she's a makeup artist. Do you know the worst thing about being her friend is that when we're out and about and she has her full face on and looks gorgeous, which by the way, she looks gorgeous without the full face on, but everyone walks up to her and they're like, oh my God, you look amazing. Your makeup is beautiful. Because she's amazing. So yeah, take what she says seriously because it is very helpful. I'm in olive palette heaven. It's my favorite color story. Even I'm the same. I absolutely adore olives. I just love green in general. And the new Sugar Rock. Flea market, I have thoughts about the Sugar Rock and I will be talking to you about that in a little bit. Olive blend with sage looks lovely on cool olive undertone. Exactly. Do I have a cool olive undertone? No. I have a cool undertone and I love greens. I've got this. I literally just ordered it about 20 minutes before the live. Also, apologies for being ever so slightly late. My cat Darcy had come in and he was like, oh, I'm starving. He's very dramatic about it. Can I talk to you guys about the eye crayon? Right. I know that it's an eye crayon, right? I know this. I don't give a shit that it's an eye crayon. I'll use it as a lip liner because I like that look. I like it. How many times, if you've watched me, have I said, I want a taupe lip liner? No. So I'm just saying that I'll use it as that. And I will say I have all of the rest of them. So I do like her eye crayons and I'm not averse to using it as a lip liner is essentially what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly, Debbie. Daniela will love that. Do you know what she said when I was talking about this earlier? I I said, oh, the lip liner isn't on Cult Beauty. And she said, oh, if I had to get one thing out of the two, I'd get the lip liner. And I was like, why are we talking about only getting one thing? What sort of negativity is that? And here she is. She's in front of me. She's beautiful. Gaze upon her gorgeousness. Go down lower. God damn you, you silly... Look at her. Do you see what I mean? Isn't she beautiful? It's really, really annoying. I'm going to adjust this so that we can see you properly because... Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a bit like
we have a casualty.
Yeah, it's a bit like, you know, those coin machines where you push. But instead of coins, it was actually just a box
What's
of
the prize? Tissues.
Tissues. Enjoy the tissues. So yeah, I have bought the eyeshadow palette. I really want to get this, but it hasn't come to Cult Beauty yet. I have about 1,000 things waiting. Daniela will tell you on the side for us watching Sundays that I need to get back into. Some Cryptine Cosmetics, some Girl Cult, some Choice Beauty, a lot of Sea Beauty in case anybody is interested in that. But I feel like this will be a nice little mini swatching Sundays that we could potentially get in. Demi, you're saying my gorgeous best friend. I assume you're talking about me. That's very cruel to say that in front of
I want to
Daniela.
say hi to everyone. Hi to Joe who showed up. Hi to Janet. Hi to Flea Market Gold. Makeup Therapy. Wilma! Oh, it's so nice to see all the names back here. And obviously Demi, my beautiful, beautiful rainbow warrior.
Yes. We are a strange little family over here, but it's all right because we can do things with each other and it's not incest because we're not actually related. I'm in a very weird mood, guys. I'm in a weird mood. She takes it out of me. Right, so the Natasha Denona, you know, I'm a hoe. I'm a fucking disgusting affiliate, but I do actually like this one. So I'm excited about it.
I want this so bad.
I know. I have said I've ordered the palette, but I've also ordered the Westman Atelier lip liner in biscuit. And obviously I've done that out of the kindness of my heart so Daniela can try that before she leaves me on Thursday.
I like biscuits.
I do too. I've been feeding her with biscuits. Next thing we have to talk about is this crazy launch from Jolie Beauty. I call it crazy because there's so much in it. But to be fair, if you get the IP of Ozzy Osbourne, in for a penny, in for a pound, you might as well do the whole lot. So there's a lot in it. There's the Osmosis palette for €53.95, the Magic Metallic Liquid Lipstick. There's 4 shades, so there's Bloodbath, Nightmare, All Aboard, and Iron Man. They're €18.95 each. There's the Air Matte Liquid Lipstick. There's 4 shades in that. Sharon! Voodoo Dancer, Rock and Roll Rebel, Dreamer. They're €17.95 each. There's multi-chrome glosses, so there's 2 shades of that. Lights Down and Center Stage, €21.95 each. There's the Heavy Metal Liquid Eyeshadows, which I would personally like using as a liquid liner, but there you go. 4 shades. There's Walk of Fame, Black Rain, Hellraiser, and Fire in the Sky, €21.95. You can get the Rock Royalty Makeup Brush Set. There's a lot in that, by the way. €105.95. Jesus Christ, it's expensive. There's the Backstage Makeup Bag, €76.95. When I saw that initially, I was like, why is that so expensive? There's a light in it. That's why. That's part of the rationale for it. Obviously, they also have to pay for IP, which is fair enough. And there's the Vinyl Makeup Mirror for €31.95. And all over their website, they're like, this is an exclusive to us. You can't get this anywhere else. So that one in particular, very important. And the full collection is €470.95.
Quick shout out to Joe here that does lives for Jolie Beauty in the chat. So if you guys want to look out for Joe live on the channel, I'm sure Joe can put the times they are live in the chat on the Julie TikTok page. If anyone wants like deals and stuff on the collection, which Joe's quite good at doing. So if you guys want some pennies off and to support a good friend of mine, that's where to go.
Yes, we're all for that. So let's talk about this whole collection. Am I a fan of Ozzy Osbourne? Not really, but I mean, I'm obviously a child of the 90s, so I grew up knowing about the Osbournes.
It's like we have a healthy respect for them.
Yeah.
They've been around a long time. They've got a big name for themselves and are a big part of UK pop culture. Pop culture.
Which is funny because they're not pop at all, but just culture. Yes. And the thing is, like, there's such a big cultural thing, not just even in terms of music, but like the fact that even when I was saying the lipstick shade Sharon in that particular way, like everyone knows what it was that I was doing in that particular sense. So between Ozzy Osbourne, Sharon, Jack, and Kelly, like, And they have another kid, but she never like went into the spotlight. She's the older
think
one.
so.
Yeah, and she was like, yeah,
I think she lives in France.
Yeah, she was like, I don't want to get involved in it. So this is a big like cultural thing. There's a lot to it. I do feel like a lot of this like makes sense. Like if you look at the reds, the oranges, etc. Yeah, that makes sense with the overall aesthetic of Ozzy Osbourne. And from what I know, Sharon apparently was like super into this. And was it she bought 4 of these or?
I think it was like 7.
Oh, 7. There you go. That's a totally normal number. Totally support that. So it seems that there was like a lot of collaboration in this. Is this necessarily something I would want? No, but that's only because I have a crazy makeup collection. This is the palette. Can I just say, you guys know I've given out to Jolie Beauty in the past of they've given us the palettes, but they haven't actually given us swatches. And yes, Flea Market, you're right. Doesn't she look gorgeous? Isn't she beautiful? I've given out
thank you.
I've given out to Jolie Beauty in the past and been like, you don't have swatches. Look at what they've done. They've given us swatches. So I'm very excited about that. Really appreciate that. And this really allows you to make a much more informed decision. And I don't know about you, but those swatches are super helpful because I wouldn't have picked up that there's like some purpley components there towards the end and there's some more like duochromies there. So please, Jolie Beauty, make sure that you're swatching that. Now, don't get me wrong. You can obviously go over to their TikTok. Like Daniela said, the likes of Joe, etc. goes live, shows off these particular things. But I'm also a very busy person. In case you didn't know, 4 jobs over here. So I can't always make it to TikTok live. So I like the fact that they now have those swatches up there for people who can't maybe make it onto TikTok, or maybe some people don't necessarily use TikTok. Not going to necessarily judge. This is slightly more expensive than their usual palettes, which makes sense.
With it being licensed.
Exactly. And what a big thing for them to do to manage to get that sort of an IP.
Like I've said, this is all good feedback, so please tell me all the things.
Thank you, Joe. Very much appreciate. I personally would love to see. Are you listening?
Demi
Joe
said call her 4-job Franny.
4-job Franny. Yes.
Franny.
Franny. Ooh, like Fran Drescher. I'll take it. Yes, my thing would be, because particularly the metallic-y sparkly shades are very, very interesting. I would personally put a video up to show the interaction of the sparkles and show it under different lights. So some natural light and some like heavy lighting, because again, you kind of want to see the interaction there. But that's just me. I get a bit weird about swatches. I go a bit intense on it. But I think it would really help to kind of show things off a little bit better, or maybe showing how they blended. That's just a me thing. Don't fucking listen to me. What do I know? I'm a psychologist. She's the makeup artist. I know nothing about such things.
You are learning very well.
I am learning. I can learn. Just reinforce me and give me biscuits is all I ask. She's fed me well during the time that I was in the UK. And also thank you to Demi, who gave me Manny Gregg's vegan sausage rolls.
Should I mention I'm fully graduated now?
Oh, yes, yes. Part of why I was in the UK was this beautiful human graduated.
I graduated.
Yeah.
I finally have a degree.
Yeah, and she's going to get another one now. That's right.
Back in September, because I like the torture, apparently.
She's a glutton for punishment, just like me. And I'm for that, which feels actually about right, that we're talking about gluttons and punishment and we're talking about the Osbournes. So the palette, I do feel like, you know, you're seeing a lot here of like links with Ozzy Osbourne, the general thing. Of course, there's a fucking bat there.
I like this colour.
Yeah, I think there's some interesting ones.
I really like that colour.
Yeah.
I would wear a lot of that colour. I would do a schmooky schmook with that.
Schmooky.
And I like that colour.
Oh, that is very... Oh, can I just say, can you imagine if that shade was in a lipstick? That would be very, very nice.
Give that to Jolie.
Yeah.
Lipstick, that colour.
In that
Please
shade.
and thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Palette looks nice. It's not for me at the moment because... How many palettes would you think I have at this point?
She makes me look like a rookie.
I think there has to be about 500 or 600 palettes.
Easily.
And I decluttered.
And she decluttered.
That's what's terrifying.
It's so beautiful though, your beauty room. It's like Candy Land.
I'm end stage capitalism. Like, I will try to say to you guys, oh, save your money, don't bother buying this. And then I'm just sitting here
She's
like
the
fucking
consumerism final boss.
Yeah, basically, like, I'll buy these things and be like, is this worth your money or not? Well, let's see.
Voodoo Dancer is very me in the lipsticks. Is that anywhere there?
Oh, yes, there are. We'll be talking about. I've put it all together, darling. Look at the PDF, friends, if you want to run ahead. If I'm going too slow, have a little look. That's the palette. It's grand. I'm totally fine. These are the metallic lips. I appreciate that we're looking at, say, Nightmare and Bloodbath there. And even though they're both tones of red, you can see that one is more of like a blue toned red and one is much more purple leaning, which I personally really quite like. Now, I will say this. Look at my lips. Scrawny. So for me, I can't really get away with metallic things because it just emphasizes how skinny my lips are. And I'm not very good at overlining, I'm afraid. Now, my gorgeous friend, look at those beautiful lips. Look at them. Right? She has gorgeous lips. She can get away with metallic things. However, she's also very much into the neutral lip. So there's nothing in the metallic lips that necessarily suits her. But can I just say, I'm loving the pictures of the lips. It's giving me a little bit of Rocky Horror.
I actually think you could get away with these two.
Do you
honestly.
think so?
Yeah.
I kind of like this one as well,
Because you
though.
could also put them on top like a topper on the normal lipstick and sheer it out. Like, you don't have to wear things the way it's told to wear. Gotta learn the rules to break the rules.
That's right. See, Daniela teaches me these things of like, you know, we can subvert
I'd
expectations.
even decant them on my hands and use them as a metallic liner if they dry down.
Oh, that's a smart.
Because that would be awesome in the autumn with like a mustard eye look.
Oh, wouldn't it though?
Yeah, I would.
Are
Like,
they, Joe? Are they eye safe?
I don't care. I do it anyway.
And then she ends up with fucking conjunctivitis or something and goes, it was worth it.
Red eyes to match the red liner.
I mean, I love a multi-use thing. I literally just said I'd use an eye crayon as a lip crayon, so I don't really give a shit. That's actually a really good point, because I do like those. Like, even that shade there.
Ooh.
I would wear the fuck out of that.
That one up there is a demi colour.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Demi, that's very... I like that shade.
Joe uses them on the eyes.
Okay, perfect, Joe. There we go. That on the eye would be gorgeous.
I think I need that for the eyes.
Okay, well, there we go.
Save me one, Joe.
We've made some choices. We've made some choice. Now, this is what Joe was talking about in terms of the lipsticks, right? So do you see the shade Dreamer there?
Yes.
Much more neutral. I think, and this is from knowing Daniela for how many years now? 5?
At least 4 or 5, yeah.
5. And she's been coming to Ireland on her annual pilgrimage.
This is my 4th trip.
This is, because you come every year now, and it's a whole thing. But Dreamer, I would say you'd probably add maybe a bit of concealer on the top. Yeah.
I am a 50 Shades of Beige girl. But what I would also do is maybe buy Voodoo Dancer and use it as a liquid liner.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So, because it's kind of like a deeper Endless Cacao, is how I'm looking at that, because it's quite a grey tone brown there. I would line my lips with liquid lip.
Can I say, Voodoo Dancer on the outside, Dreamer on the inside. Do a little ombre. Now this is if I had lovely lips, but look at them. Very.
You have a very pretty Cupid's bow.
I do have
so
a nice
defined.
Cupid's bow. I do. But it's very annoying. The things that are skinny are not the things I want to be skinny. Right? Thin hair, thin lips. The rest of me, fucking full body.
I'm also full body.
Yeah. And that's all right. I will say on the lip. Oh, shut the fuck up! Look at that shade. Look at that shade. Look at that. Look at it. I love it. It looks like corpse lips, and I'm kind of here for that. I do appreciate the shade Sharon, the red. I love that it's a little bit more blue toned red. You know my love of reds. Again, I can see you wearing that, but you'd need to pale that down.
I'll probably just use my MAC paint pot and paint a little the white to lighten it in the middle, or even the NARS.
There we go. She's very good at figuring out these things. So I do like those. I will say, I don't see many brands doing liquid lipsticks anymore.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting that Jolie are doing that. Can I also say, maybe it's just me, I have become quite a lover of a bullet
I was
lipstick.
about to say I prefer bullets over liquids, but I don't dislike a liquid. I just find if I'm out all day, I'd rather reapply a bullet And when I used to work bridals, I'd also prefer bullets over liquids because I'd tell them that if they're drinking all day, drinking wine, I mean, yes, there'd be less smudging, but when you're dehydrated and you're getting photographed, I like to call it what ends up becoming the bumhole lip.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying, it does happen. I've seen it happen.
Something that resembles
I've
my
always
cat's
said a very
arsehole.
good lip liner and even a glossy lip balm is best for most brides. Or if you want a colour, wear the colour, but, you know, be
This is why
advised.
I'm like, I would love to see these in a bullet lipstick. I think that could be really, really interesting. So, Joe, could you feed that back, please? And thank you. My lips are too dry for this. Polly, same. I live in Ireland, right? our climate is weird, right? So actually, do you know what? They're fairly hydrated at the moment, but I'm also prone to angular cheilitis, so I have to be really careful. So I'm in the same boat where liquid lipsticks, I might look at them and I'm like, oh, I love the idea of these, and I have quite a few liquid lipsticks, but I don't tend to go to them anymore because, right? Well then, Joe, say that we're screaming too, and I'm very vocal. So just send the clip and be like, there needs to be bullet lipsticks, Jolie Beauty. Give us the bullet lipsticks.
Give us more pale options.
I have disposable income from 4 jobs, and I'm autistic with a special interest. I'll fucking buy shit, right? Go and make me some bullet lipsticks. We will discuss, right? Collective scream, right? So if you do that, my money is no longer safe. So actually, maybe don't do that. I do have cats to pay for, and they're expensive, little bastards. Now, you were talking about glosses, and this is why I think if they had a bullet lipstick and then pairing that with one of those on top, wouldn't that be really interesting?
Tell Jolie to also make this into a glitter liner.
Oh, wouldn't that be gorgeous? Or even like a liquid shadow, just like that. And you could pop it into a halo.
Because I don't wear red on the lips, but I love reds and like sort of these sort of gold peach shifts on the eyes, like so much. Because they go with everything. And
actually seeing them swatched, do you see? I think they're really, really nice.
They are really nice. You could get away with both of those.
I could. Because that's the good thing about being as pale as I am with dark hair. Most shades will kind of look okay on me. These, I actually have no notes. I was shocked. They're absolutely beautiful. Well, there you go. I think that's really interesting. And I wonder how they would work with the liquid lipstick, because I'd be worried about them separating.
I have tips for that though. So I actually taught Joe this one not so long ago, but as a blurred lip style, but it's also great for those who want to wear gloss but don't want to ruin their lipstick or have gloss on the insides of their mouth, is to apply said lipstick, decant some gloss on the back of the hands, and literally tap it on and over your cupid's bow and under here. Not in the corners, not in the middles, but you get that same pouty, glossy lip effect without it going anywhere, doing anything, or ruining anything else.
Fabulous. And Joe was also saying that they were designed to work together. So fantastic. But we have a few ways to work with that, which I don't dislike. Then we have the liquid eyeshadows. Yeah, we're having to rearrange ourselves.
Like how we're like mirror images here.
Yeah. Now, you don't get to see, but we have no pantaloons on. I'm joking. I do. I'm going to try and raise my leg.
Here is my leg. I'm wearing the skin of my enemies today.
Oh, dear. Now, me raising my leg that way, that became very quickly OnlyFans content. That was terrifying. Black Rain, OMG, so good. They do look really interesting. I will say I do like liquid eyeshadow, but my object permanence is terrible, and I forget that I have them. But I would definitely use these as liquid liners. I think they're really interesting. Can I just say, I don't see many yellowy ones.
I quite like the yellowy one as well, actually.
Yeah, I've never seen anything quite like that. Can you imagine popping that onto the inner corner for that boom of yellow, and then kind of transitioning it out with some mattes? I think that would be really, really interesting, is all I can say. Yeah, I like those ones. Now, the next thing is the brushes. And I will say I did kind of do a little bit of a spit take when I saw that they were €105.95. Now, in saying that, have I spent crazy amounts of money on brushes? Shut the fuck up.
Can we just talk about what was waiting for you when you visited?
Oh my God, yes. Right. So,
okay. Past Teresa is great.
I do love Past Teresa. So what happens is, because obviously she's in the UK and I'm in Ireland, she has TikTok Shop. I don't have the same access to TikTok Shop. So she'll tell me about, there's these deals. The amount of peaches and cream brushes, my Kitco brushes, etc., that were purchased, that I purchased, I gave her the money for, and I was like, go, you buy, you know what it is that I like, because I trust her. And I just said, you go, you do this. And then when I arrived last week, the boxes of shit that past Teresa had bought, MAC stuff, paint pots, it was fucking beautiful. I love past Teresa. It was wonderful. Hi, James. You're half asleep. Well, if I took a boob out, it'll probably wake you up. But again, can't do that.
He'd go for a jog after.
Yeah. I mean, can't do that. YouTube won't let me. They'll be like demonetized straight away. Not that I'm really making anything from this live, but it's fun. We hang out. It's all good. So what I'm trying to say is, I have been known to purchase brushes for ridiculous amounts of money, and I need you to not judge me, because again, special interest. I'm also the sort of person that has a ridiculous amount of Sylvanian families. That's my autism. Enjoy. So when I saw this, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know. €105.95. I mean, we are looking at how many brushes there? 3, 6, 9, 10. There's 15 brushes. So it is working out as being about €7 per brush. So it's not the worst. When you actually start to, I think it's just that baseline thing of €105. I kind of went, oh my God. You should kiss each other on stream. Mwah! There you go.
James.
You're happy there, James. You delighted with yourself. Fantastic.
I like that you cupped my face too.
I'm a very gentle lover, is all I can say. Sorry lads, I'm in such a fucking weird mood. Also before this, I was like half dead. Daniela was like, are you going to be okay for the life? And I was like, I will pull it out of my arsehole. It'll be fine. So this is what you're getting, an arsehole live. Yes. In terms of this, there's definitely some shapes that I like. I think these are the sort of shapes of brushes that kind of most people will like. I mean, you're looking at your angled contour brush, you know, your bronzer brush. You're looking at some nice face brushes. You're looking at some nice detail brushes.
I like that one.
I do like that as well for
I like that
highlighter.
one. I like these two. I love little blendy. I love a good under eye smudger. As you guys can see, I like to bring my under eyes all the way down. So brushes like this, I can never have enough of, like those three. What I will say about this is that it's refreshing to see a brush set that doesn't have a spoolie and calls it a brush.
Yes.
Thank you, Jolie, for that. At least everything has a purpose here. And I don't, because I have had so many spoolies from every brush set where they say it's 25 brushes. No, it's not. It's 24 and a spoolie.
Thank you. And it's obviously coming with that bag as well. Like the little makeup brush bag thing. So I think that's really cute. So €105, again, like I said, initially seems like, but when you break it down, actually not too bad.
How many is it in
A 15.
So if you divide how much is that for a brush, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's cheaper than a Real Techniques brush.
That's what I'm thinking.
So yeah, I think that's worth it.
Yeah, so I feel like
when you
it's
look at
actually,
it that way.
I abhor double-ended brushes. Wilma, right, this little bitch, love her greatly, was showing me a Makeup by Mario brush today, and she was like, I know you hate double-ended brushes, but I really think you'd like this. And I was like, no, it's double-ended. I can't deal with that. What's that on the brow bone? It looks so good when you turn your head.
This is
one of the Cryptine.
So Cryptine on the lids, but I used the one you gifted me under the brow.
Which one? The Ghoul in Japan?
Yes. Ghoul in Japan under the brows. I just grab it on my finger and go boop, 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 boop.
Lovely. Yeah, so it's the Neuracorn Ghoul in Japan palette.
Thank you.
Yes, the House Labs dual-ended brush is so good, and I hate them. See, I just can't. I know there's a way to store them, but I
wonder if this will work.
Yeah, actually do. Show them.
So you guys can... Oh, there we go. Cryptine on the lids, which I'm going to buy after using Teresa's, because I haven't done a colourful look in ages, and I channeled a bit of my friend Demi.
Yeah. Basically, my mum is saying, how is Daniela today? I hope she's feeling better.
Aww.
That just came in from my mother.
I had a crash yesterday.
Yeah. But we had crepes.
We did. We made crepes, and I made Teresa watch my favourite movie of all time.
We have a crepe maker.
It was so fun, and it was chaotic.
It was chaotic. Putting two neurodivergents together with a heated implement. Fucking terrible idea. Right, flea market. I only recently got Cryptine and the completionist is happening here. I know I said that I'm not going to do completionist, but apparently I'm a fucking hypocrite, so let us not even get into that. But I have gotten her into it because she started watching all of my Cryptine.
I'm going to have a quick pee break. I'll be right back.
Right.
And do you want me to let Cece in?
Yes, could you please?
No problem.
Because Cece was let outside. Oh, look at that sexy drag out.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm getting to see her bum, lads. So he don't get to see that. We're not allowed. Brush set, really great. I see the value there. The makeup bag, I will say, that did make me do a little bit of a double take because I was like, I think is that €70? Okay, my loves, I gotta run, but it's been a pleasure. I will feedback all the goods. Thank you, Joe, for joining. Very much appreciated. The bag, I was kind of like, oh my God, that is quite expensive. However, if it's very good quality, I don't necessarily disagree. I am wondering how easy it's going to be to replace the light once like the battery wears out, but that's me being like very, very practical. I can see that being useful for people who are on the go because, like, I mean, you obviously can't bring your ring light with you everywhere. You can try, but it's difficult. So I don't hate that. I would personally prefer if it was like €50. I feel like €70 is a bit much for me, but again, I get that they're like, it's IP. They're having to pay a certain amount for that, and then they're having to make some sort of a profit on that. I'd be the same, honestly, Mimi. I'd be afraid to break it because I am also extremely clumsy. So there you go. I literally picture you in underwear thrashing around with flour fly. Do you know what, Demi? That is not an inaccurate thing because neither of us likes to wear pants when we're around the house. So there is that. Just a lot of like legs on show, flour everywhere. You're right there, Cece. Come here, baby. You're a good girl. Do you want to say hello to your friends? Meow. So Cece says hello. She's been a very good girl, haven't you? She's an excellent host. Now, off you pop. It's sort of like Jaws, but you see the tail. Spiderman. Yeah, that's an in-joke in terms of Spider-Man. But yes, the bag, grand, I get it. The mirror, if I remember correctly, was like €31. Again, I feel like that's quite expensive for what that is, but I get that they're talking about the IP, etc. Personally, I wouldn't go for it. However, a lot of this stuff has like sold out, so obviously there are people who are really into it, so there you go. I wish more brands would do funky mirrors. Yes, and I agree with this. Glamlight, as much as I dislike the amount that they're like constantly doing things, I do feel like generally they do mirrors very, very well. Let's just be real. I will say, I think the height of the mirrors for me was the Scream mirror from Glamlight. So I get that. In all the collection, I think there's some things that I'm somewhat interested in, but I'd like some slightly different formats. I don't... Of course you can. Of course you can. I'm drinking tea, so like, Jesus, stay hydrated, friends. I forgot to say that. Stay hydrated is very important. Jesus, the energy is very weird today. Yes, totally fair. I'm a pathetic mirror owner. I own one. I was eyeing up Daniela when I visited. Do you know what? I'm the same. Like, I don't have many mirrors. I have a few, mostly stuff that's come like with collections, but I don't like go out and buy mirrors. Like, I'm not like, oh, I will just buy the mirror from the collection. If it's part of like the overall thing, then I absolutely will. Right, MAC,
This
the
is a
bastards.
bit of me.
I'm excited about this. I do like MAC. I'm gonna say it. I like their stuff. This is their Nocturna collection. They claim that it's available in some parts of Europe. I haven't seen it anywhere yet. But this is the Nocturna collection. So there's an eye and face palette. So it's 3 new smoked neutral shadows, a glossy topper, and an ombre rose toned blush that fades into a shimmering champagne highlighter. There's the Maximal Silky Matte lipstick in Cafe Mocha, in Stone, and in Flesh Pot.
So it's the first time Fleshpot's come out in a matte formula.
Yeah.
So I'm very intrigued.
I am too.
And I have the satin, but I want the matte as well.
Yeah, I'm intrigued for sure. There's the Jumbo Kajal eyeliner in Extreme Black and Nightstone. The Nightstone is more of a muted greyish taupe brown.
Taupe.
Use on lips, quite possibly. The Squirt Plumping Gloss Stick, makes sense. They did very well with those. I quite like them. The Nocturnal Pearl, it's a pearlescent finish. There's a lip pencil in Night Moth. It's a blackened plum. A lip glass air non-sticky gloss in Light Moth.
I've just looked at the mascara.
Yeah.
I realise it's a purple.
Yeah, I think that's quite interesting.
I think that's probably the thing I want the most.
Yeah, it's not it. Yeah, I like it.
Because it's not many black and purple sort of. No.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's piqued my interest big time.
I have the intrigue. So this is what the whole collection looks like. I'm useless and have no prices. Yeah, I am a terrible little pilferer. There we go. And I stole these images off of Trend Mood. Come for me, Trend Mood. They're now part of the public domain and they're mine now. I am interested. I like even that quad. I think that's really interesting. I like the ombre blush. Do you know what? I really like the squirty gloss thing because I like that kind of a purpley finish. I think that's really, really interesting. I saw a comment from Wilma. I need to read it. I love my pink Trixie Mattel mirror, but I hate using it on camera unless I'm actually using Trixie products. I feel like it's advertising that I'm not getting paid for. I agree. I get that. Yeah, I would be quite similar. I do like these. I have the intrigue when it comes to the lipsticks. I don't think I necessarily need them, but I have become a little bit more of a MAC hoe. I hate that for me, but I have.
I regret nothing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad they've made a comeback because they have such a vast, important history, especially regarding the LGBT community as well. And it's nice that they're back and innovating again. Obviously, some things were a flop. Like their reformulation of the MAC powder and stuff like that, the studio fix.
We speak not of such things.
Yeah, but their re-release of nudes, their expansion on certain things, like it's needed to happen, and it's nice to see them back doing stuff again. And I always think that, you know, most people that don't always buy in these tend to look for these big brands, and when these big brands are doing more, others compete more, which leads to more innovation. So it's nice to see. It's like I feel excited about stuff again. And
part of what I like about MAC is that they're very clearly listening to what people want. They brought back the nudes because people were talking about it and saying, oh my God, why can we not get Flesh Pot anymore? And they brought back Flesh Pot. Now, is it the same Flesh Pot as it initially was? No. But I do feel like they will tweak that ever so slightly. So I appreciate that. They are clearly listening to what people are interested in. So I'm for that. I love MAC, but there's very little of their products that I can use as a drag queen, which is fair. That's fair.
But it's nice to know that you have a staple product from them that you really like. And I feel like everyone who uses MAC has at least one.
Yeah.
Whether it's a lipstick or a liner or something. Like for me, it's their Stone and Greige lip liners. Can't be without them.
Yeah. But to be fair, is there any brand out there that you go, oh my God, I love every single product?
No.
There's very few.
No.
Very
There's
few.
stuff from MAC I don't like.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
But that's a brand. You can't make for everyone always, but you have to try and like have as broad a demographic. You're not going to have a one size fits all product because that's fucking stupid and will not actually cater for everyone. You have to try to hit as many portions of the population as possible. I feel like they do that pretty darn well. As I said, this I'm interested in.
I like it.
I do. I like it. And I think what I found about MAC is they are one of those ones that when you see them online, they may not capture your attention, but when you see them physically in front of you and you're actually using them, you're like, actually, this is so much better than I had actually thought. I do feel like they don't do great in showcasing their items.
No, but it's why I specifically follow MAC artists on social medias and see how they use and demonstrate the products that way. And I've learned a lot about MAC through watching them. And also going to your local like MAC stalls. I think MAC girls are always cool.
Yeah.
I've never had a bad experience with one.
We were literally in Dublin the other day because, by the way, one of our annual traditions is to go to Dublin, and we did our Liffey Valley Day and then we went to Brown Thomas because we're very fancy and they have a MAC Pro stall there. So, of course, Daniela was in her element being like, I'm amongst other makeup artists. But they were lovely. They were very helpful.
As soon as I flashed my, because I have MAC Pro, as soon
this
as I
is why I'm
flashed
friends
it,
with her.
they were like, "Oh, hi!" And it was just so nice. It just sort of felt like you were one of them, and they were really sweet.
Community vibes, for sure. And they're very, very nice. So I use her pro. Shh, don't tell anyone. But it's fine because they get the money and it's like, it's not a big deal. It's grand. Don't fucking judge me, Mac. I'm intrigued. I want to see what the story is on that. I also really like the look of that. I mean, look at it on the lip. Look at it on the lip.
That's a bit of you.
It is. I like that. And I will say, I like those squirting glasses. Now, cue the few people who are doing their whole like, I know how to use it. You do know how to use it. Don't rage bait us. I know why you're doing it. It's part of the whole thing of, and it's smart, right? It's smart advertising of them being like, oh, I don't know how to use it, because it's making people then go off and buy the thing to be like, this is how you use it. It's not unintelligent, but I don't like that brand of advertising myself. It drives me nuts. But I think there's a lot of potential in this. I like this. I like these tones. I think this is perfect for coming into more of an autumnal thing. It also
is very
works,
autumnal.
but it also works for summer as well. The juicy lips of like, I've just eaten a whole passion fruit.
On the other hand, I don't buy squirt glosses, but I don't like plumping ones either because I don't like anything with menthol or that weird mintiness to it. If they made a squirt gloss without the mint, I'd be interested. I'm more likely, even though it's not my colour, I'm more of a lip gloss girl than I'm a MAC squirt girl.
Fair. And I normally don't like plumping things, but I actually quite like the formula on that.
Fair enough.
It's comfortable. So, as we all know, terrible hypocrite, I do make some exceptions. I use mine with the silicone applicator. That's
nice.
Smart, Nene. Smart. Very, very smart. The lipsticks, yes.
Yes.
I'd wear that also.
I think Demi would wear these two. I'd wear that.
And I'd wear all three, because I'm a greedy bitch, as we all know. It's a terrible, terrible thing. But I like them. I don't dislike them. I like the fact that we're going a little bit more matte. Then in terms of the liners, yeah, they're nice. The
give
mascara,
me Nightstone.
very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Give me Nightstone right now.
Yeah, I have the intrigue. I think it's quite nice. It's a subdued collection. I don't think there's too much in it, so I'm here for it. I can see myself getting a few things. Oh my God, we have to talk about Hourglass, and I apologise in advance for this. Essentially, what's happened here is there's Curator eyeshadow palettes, and believe it or not, there's 6, even though a lot of them look the same. $68 each. And you will, so that means that there's $17 per shade. Who the fuck do you think you are? Natasha Denona just did a palette for €25.95 for 5 shades, meaning that each shade was €5.19 each. Where are you off to with your $17 per shade?
Unless they're like 10 grams a pan.
No. Fuck off, frankly. Sorry. No, I have marked this as not suitable for children, so I am going to swear, and I'm not going to apologise for it. It's part of who I am. So they've their Curator eyeshadow palettes, and we've also seen a sneak peek of their holiday collection. I'm very sorry, I don't have any price information on that, but we can all have a little guesstimate on that. We're going to start off with the eyeshadow palettes. What can we say?
Is it bad I'd wear the top middle one?
I support you in this.
I'm not buying it. I'm just like, I like those colours.
Yes, right, here's the thing. I don't think the tones are necessarily bad. Right? I don't think they're necessarily bad. $68.
Yeah, that's a dumb price.
Oh, but do you know what? Hourglass really effed it up when they started to do their singles because
Exactly,
they
Mimi.
overpriced themselves.
I love Vizzy Art.
Why would I buy?
Love Vizzy Art.
Thank you. I love Vizzy Art. They're so good. Like, I got the Serenuse palette for what, like €40, and there's, I think it's a 12 shades in that. Perfection. Just a little over €3 per shade. Why would I pay $17 per shade? Unless, and I mean this, unless I look at the eyeshadow palette and it's suddenly on my eyeballs and has blended itself without me getting any brushes involved. Like, it actually somehow, through the process of proximity, onto my eye.
I was even looking at a single that I said I'll get that's on sale, a Shantakai, but that was special.
Yeah.
And worth the price. And you get a really big pan.
Yeah, you get a huge
It's a big
pan.
shadow, which would literally mean it will last you years.
Yeah.
And
Like last you.
It's like just for a bunch of mattes that have probably the typical sort of ingredients in, like mica talc, blah 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 blah. Like, what is
No.
that price point? Like,
No. This
did
is
they squeeze a unicorn and
Yeah.
were like, give us nudes?
we are Hourglass. We are going to get, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think the shades themselves are bad, but we're talking about, this is an all matte palette, all matte, which are the cheapest ones to formulate, right? And don't get me wrong, maybe they have gone talc free, right? Maybe they have, but I can get a Natasha Denona midi palette, which has 15 pans, which is a neutral,
About the same price.
for the same fucking price. And you can use my code for money off. I hate myself, don't worry. No, absolutely not. Let's move on to the next one. This, we have a mixture of 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. Again, I'm sorry, I just cannot. Daywalker makeup.
Can
is
we also
hilarious.
talk about the lack of POC representation in the swatches here?
Absolutely terrible.
Why are these two identical?
Yeah. Horrific. But can we also say, not surprising from Hourglass.
No.
Not
Which is
surprising.
annoying.
And how many times has it been said to Hourglass? And I realise the irony of me saying that when I'm about as white as you can get. I went in to get shade matched the other day and they didn't have, was it Benefit? They didn't have the shade that I would have needed, which was the palest shade. I am very pale. And but actually this is me with some colour. But I am.
This is a Teresa tan.
I am quite pale.
I'm quite olive.
Yeah. But I realise the irony of me saying this being a very, very pale person, but I don't understand how we are still at this point of not representing diversity of skin tones. Makeup is for everyone, regardless of age, regardless of gender, regardless of skin tone. Why the fuck are we still doing this nonsense? And there's something about this that is both classist and, I'm going to say it, racist, and drives me nuts.
Yeah, well, May, I know you say Daywalker. I like Daywalker makeup, but I wouldn't buy this.
Yeah. I think you can do Daywalker and make it interesting. That's the thing. Like right, Daniela does Daywalker. Like, she'll do her neutrals, but it's always fucking interesting neutrals.
Grungy.
Yeah, right, you can make it interesting. This is... Just use a as being the sound bite for
Cue
it.
Mad World.
Mad world. Na, 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 na. Yeah, it does feel...
The sad music.
Yeah, like...
Raining
all
outside.
around are familiar faces, worn out place. Sorry. Sorry, I can't sing very well, but you've got what you've
I
got
love
it
your
from
voice.
me. I love you.
Love you too.
I've given her a bath, so, Rude! My love, how are you?
Hi,
Are we
Rude.
reaching the peak of glossy lips? I need a matte lip Thank you,
I'm wearing a
Rude.
matte lip today.
I agree.
It's a bullet, but it's still matte.
It's gorgeous, and I'm here for it. Yeah. It's in my boots basket, you bitch. I hate you. And I have gone back and forward. Everything is an oil, balm, or gloss. I'm with you. Oh my God, if I hear anything more about lip oil, I am going to fling myself out of my own skin. Demi, isn't Rude fantastic?
Rude's lush.
Rude is fabulous. We love Rude. I'm not saying that we'll start a cult, but I'm in if you're in. Boring. Don't give a shit. This, what, an all shimmer palette?
It's because they want you to buy the matte one, and then you have to buy that one, and then all of a sudden, oh look, £200 just fell out your butthole. And then you're stuck with 8 boring shadows that you do the same looks with every day.
I'm going to say this, right? I'm an extra bitch. I have 4 jobs. I have disposable income.
This is a waste.
I have been known to purchase ridiculous shit.
Sugar rock.
We'll talk about that in a bit. But if I got all 6 of those, that's $408. Fast math.
For 12, no, 16. I can math.
No,
Sorry.
24 shades.
That's still
4 by 6,
rubbish.
24 shades. Yeah. Piss off, quite frankly. I do like the colours. I will say this, right? I like the colour story of this. However, look at me. If you like the colour story of this, there's MAC palettes that emulate this.
And
Hell,
they're cheaper.
there's a Morphe palette that emulates this. The more recent 6-pan palette, which is comparable. Absolutely not. Exactly. $17 per shadow is wild, Rude. Wild. Explain it to me. Again, unless it like applies itself by me looking at it, no, absolutely not. This, don't care.
Like Homer Simpson's makeup gun.
Yes, that's what I want.
Like,
also, can I just say, them calling it futurist. What sort of a fucking future are we looking at if that's it?
gold!
Always believe in your soul. Absolutely not. I don't care. Right, let us talk about the holiday palettes. Right? As per usual, the outside artistry. This is what gets me. I do love it. I do. I love foxes. I love deers. I'm not so much a horse
Can I
girl.
do a quick take?
Yes.
Every time they do this with animals, they should do what Chanticleer do and give money to
Boom.
animal charities.
Agreed. I'm also going to say, again, obviously they haven't got very inclusive stuff. Why the fuck can you not just choose the outside of the palette? So we'll just say, I want a fox palette. I love foxes. I think they're amazing. Why can I not then choose the shades that go into it? So say, for instance, the horse palette is probably more the tones that I could get away with. But I don't want a horse palette. I'm not a horse gal.
Sorry, Flea Market, you said they want a beige future in America. Don't you mean orange?
Oh,
I had to, I'm sorry.
I'm not even going to talk about the shit that's happening over there of the censorship. I mean, my God.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah,
now.
well, I mean, fucking terrible. I can't. I would consider these if they were donating to charity. Same. Like Nomad does it. You know, they every release they put a portion towards their charity of choice. The artistry is beautiful on these, but I'm sorry. I know they're going to be like $100 or something like that. So absolutely not.
It's the case.
It's solid gold. It fucking better be.
I wish it was.
Can you imagine? Then I could actually maybe justify it and be like, oh, you know, if all else fails.
I think the one thing I can say about Hourglass with these in particular is that they do work on all skin tones because they have a nice translucent base. They last a very long time because they're baked. So I think if you buy anything from Hourglass, they are a solid thing to buy, but you don't need every year's selection because they do recycle shades.
Yeah, and I will say this. I have some Hourglass face products.
And a bit
I
of
like them.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Like,
I'm
not gonna crap on a good quality product.
No,
because that is something that they do well.
Yeah,
I just think that they are definitely they're in a sense pulling a P. Louise, just releasing the same thing over and over again with a different skin, which is unnecessary. You know, give us different shades, give us more range.
Yeah. In the nicest way possible, don't give a shit. When Ritual Defeat did their limited edition lip oil set last month for Pride, it was the easiest decision ever.
Oh, Ritual Defeat is awesome.
I like their stuff.
I really want their cream contours so bad.
I can't look at their stuff because I'm like, oh no, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Oh yeah, you'd just be like, whoosh, shopping list.
Like that's okay. I'm in for that. Why is my laptop has picked up on something? Okay, let us talk about this. We are in a safe space. Don't fucking judge me. I bought the 2 of these. I hate myself for it, but also I'm very excited. I've never bought anything from Sugar Rock. And also, I did preface this by saying that there are some palettes that say that they're drag queen approved. And apparently these are the 2. Because if you go over to Sea Beauty Mall, they do say that some of these were made in conjunction with drag queens. And they've named a few. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Now, the price, eye-watering. €130.95 over on Sea Beauty Mall. You guys know I'm an affiliate with them. I love them. They're great to work with. You can use my code Teresa.
We're talking practically Pat McGrath prices.
Yeah, but you know what? If they perform well,
win.
I'm not against it. So there's the Luna Lure palette, which I believe is the more purple toned one. That's €130.95. There's 3 pearlescent moon phases. There's 3 chromatic eclipse effects, and then 6 mattes. And they've said drag alchemy formula.
So I want this one. Oh,
Yeah,
that one just tickles
yeah.
my pickle.
They say
It's delicious.
Part of why they're saying drag alchemy formula is that there's 30% higher pigment load than industry standard. So apparently it has been formulated with drag queens, which I really appreciate. And then there's Mystical Mask, which is the more green toned one. I got the two. Shut up.
Give it to me.
No, they're mine. I'm very excited about it. I do hate myself, but there we go. Can we all agree it's going to be a swatching Sundays? Cool. Not that I'll ever make my money back on that. I think I make like 50 cents off of my swatching Sunday videos.
But they're fun to do.
They are fun to do. And I make about €6 usually on my releases and rants.
I think they look special though. Like
They do.
they've got it with the packaging. I love the square pans. I prefer square pans over circle pans. The formulation, I've had a look at the ingredients list, looks lovely. They look like they'll be nice and blendable. But I think with palettes like these, you know, it's not just the palette, it's like the whole thing.
Yeah, it's the whole experience.
Yeah, it looks like an experience.
It does.
And every time I've seen these palettes used on various social platforms, they just look like a dream to work with. So in my eyes, I think from where they're from, they're probably like their Pat McGrath there, because they do a lot of collaborations with idols and stuff too with these, don't they?
Can I also say the two of these sold out in 40 minutes in China.
They're clearly good. Like, they're clearly good for a reason.
I've been watching them for a while, and some of their previous palettes that I've wanted to get constantly sold out, over and over and over again. So as soon as these were made available over on Sea Beauty Mall, I was like, well, I've wanted to try these, and I'll do it for science. So I'm sitting here pretending to be really selfless and being like, I'll give my channel viewer things. No, it's not for you. I know that. It's for me and my smaugness. Can we talk about the purpley palette for it? Look at those swatches.
Give it to me.
Beautiful. And you can see, look at that level of pigment. I'm also, by the way, justifying this to myself.
This is beautiful. This is like the colour of my top, but a little bit more mint. That is a bit of me.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a Daniela palette, just in general. And like, even here, look at the swatches on the arms. You can actually see the shift.
And can we just say there's a good level of depth there as well?
Can we all just say I've done well? I bought them for science too. Good flea market gold.
High five.
High fives. Yeah. I hate myself for it because it's so expensive. Do you know, I'm in a really weird space where like, I want them to be really good because I've spent so much money on them. You know, you don't want to dislike them. But I also kind of want them to be bad.
So you don't have to
So
buy
I
more
never have to. So I can just be like, anytime they ever come out with another colour story that I'm like, oh, I like this, I can be like, no, the quality is not good. So I'm in a very strange position with this, is all I can say. And we all know this. Eventually I'll do swatching Sundays. I have a back catalogue. Daniela will tell you. I have Cheer Yeps. I have Jolie Beauty. I have Cryptine Cosmetics. I have to do the Ghoul in Japan at some point. I have
the Nornicorn is stunning, by the way.
So much that I need to do swatching Sundays with. I don't have enough time.
They're absolutely turning this market upside down, though, and I'm living for it, to be quite honest.
I said this to you the other day of Sea Beauty is what Indie Beauty was for me.
Yeah, I feel that same level of excitement like we did when I remember when multi-chromes first started coming out, when they weren't even in the UK yet. And I feel that same, level of like, woo, everything's exciting again when I see those. And also their packaging, girl cult, like, come on. What I love
is they normally, right, with eyeshadows, you either get super pigmented or you get blendable. You can't have the two, usually. However, they have
a few exceptions.
There are. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a few exceptions, which we will be talking about later. But with these, you get the high pigment and you get the blendability, which I personally really enjoy. Danny T, hi, did Beauty Bay increase the shipping? Quite possibly. Now it's €11 to Italy. I haven't bought anything for a while. I don't recall it being that expensive either. I will say, and I said this at the beginning, I haven't bought anything from Beauty Bay themselves in terms of like other brands, etc. I'm going to Cult Beauty, I'm going to Boots, I'm going to Look Fantastic, over Beauty Bay.
Yeah, I've barely bought from Beauty Bay.
Yeah.
Every time I look, I'm just like,
Also, customer service is terrible.
it's not great.
So I don't buy from them.
Also, someone said here, Flea Market said, hate to tell you, their formula is amazing.
Oh, fuck off. But also good because I have already spent on it, so.
Just sell me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've adopted Daniela for spare parts. So that
Not that they do much.
No, but you know, it's sort of like you're the Wish version of internal organs, and that's okay. So if you want a cheap liver,
Or like
come
a
to me.
Dishevelled kidney.
Yeah, a hanging by a thread. We'll do that. That's how I'm going to purchase such things.
Demi.
Yeah.
I think this one's a bit of you.
Oh, can I just say, I feel like I'm a mixture of you and Demi.
I also said that I'm ADHD, Teresa's autistic, Demi's ADHD. And I've always thought, what if I'm imagining all of this and Teresa and Demi are both halves of my own personality?
Quite possible.
And I've been having some
very vivid hallucinations.
Like it's just a weird
and you're
mental
in on
crisis.
It now. You're part of the hallucination. So your experiencing of this is actually all from Daniela's mind.
Existential crisis.
Yeah. So there we go.
So yeah, Teresa's not even here. I'm just sat talking to myself.
Yeah, and that's fair. Trax, I'm late. Is this your friend Daniela? Yes! Trax, this is the Daniela that I talked.
I'm literally wearing the Aqua XL right now, which is hilarious. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the Aqua XL here in the Endless Cacao version, and I have Prada Bullet on.
Rude, I know. I know the price is terrible, but close your eyes. Close your ears and go na 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 na. It'll all be fine. Sorry, I'm excited about this. If this is like really good quality, which Flea Market is telling me it is.
Oh no.
I've done worse. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. I didn't actually. I have an alibi. It's fine. I've done worse. I mean, we've talked about fucking Hourglass and their $68 4-pan palettes. Here, we're talking about a 12-pan, let's break down the math. We're talking about a 12-pan palette, high pigment, high blendability, €130.95, and that's without any discounts. You can use my code for, I think it's 5% off, so 5% off of 130 is, oh my God, like €6 off. I'm sat laughing and responding like you can hear me. I can hear you, Demi. I can't. I'm plugged in. So you get €6 off. I thought you'd appreciate that. So you get €6 off. So it's actually €124. So let's calculate it with €124, shall we? So 12 shades, €124. I'm trying to justify this. Is €10 per shade.
Cheaper than Hourglass.
Cheaper than Hourglass.
And more fun. And probably bigger pans.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. Yeah. And then about grunge. Let's look at it again. Oh no, sorry, we've gone. Fuck off, what did I do? Anyways, I have that there. Yeah. Oh, I put in the same thing twice. That's all right. Anyways, I'm very excited about it.
I know exactly what Demi's saying. Imagine I had that orange on my wedding day. That's what she says every time she sees an orange shiny colour.
Yeah. Oh, Flea Market, did you, no shade to your code. How did you, Trant Uevenia. Anyway, is the code I use. Perfect. Use that. If there's a better code, use that in the nicest way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it when people use my affiliate codes. But if you can get more money off, use that. Is all I can say. So I love that for us. Yeah, I've got it. I also saw this. This has just arrived over at Sea Beauty Mall as well. And I have the Intrigue.
And it's more affordable.
Yes. So if you want to try Sea Beauty stuff, that is a little
exactly tracks.
What's this now?
If Danessa Merrick's and Pat McGrath have similar pricing, I don't see why Sea Beauty brands couldn't.
They
have their standard there, and it's very high.
Exactly.
Very high. So I 100% agree.
How many times have I said this? The Sea Beauty stuff that I've tried, there's been nothing.
No fails.
No, don't like this.
No fails.
Which? How? These, very interested in. This is Yeezy. Don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but we'll do what we can. Cloud Garden palettes. So Serenity, that's the blue toned palette. €28.95.
Look at that bottom one.
Right? And then the bottom one, because there's slightly more, there's a multi-chrome in there. That's Mountain Mist. That's €30.95.
And it's only €2 difference.
Yes. Now, again, that's without any codes. You can use codes to get some money off, blah, blah, blah. So if you do want to try C Beauty without, you know, shocking yourself financially, these are the ones. And I do think they're very pretty. Now, gun to my head, if I had to absolutely choose between two, because I don't know why that would happen, but apparently these do happen. This one, I think is really, really interesting. And the reason why I say this is these tones, the green, the kind of pink and the purple, hard to formulate without being chalky. And once you get to the swatches, you can see not chalky.
They don't look chalky at all.
They look very creamy, which I hate saying, but you know, they do look very spreadable, you know, like a flora or something like that. Let us talk about the blue toned palette first. How gorgeous is that? Look at that pale tone blue again. That's a very difficult one to formulate.
Can I also say, like, this layout, I will say this, and looking at that shimmer there, I'm getting slight similarities to the Cosmic Brushes Winter Wonderland.
Yes.
Because that shade there looks like it has a grey base, and these tones look slightly similar as well.
I like it. I will say I do. I like it. I do. Something about this that reminds me though of Old School Melt, and I say that with love. Remember when Melt were really
with the
interesting?
longer pans.
Remember when Melt were really interesting and everyone shit themselves for it? I'm getting this with this. €28.95 for 7 shades, so that's €4, 14 each. If you're not impressed with my fast math, I'm sorry. There's nothing else I can give you. I do fast math. That's it. I like this. I like the idea of this. I may get this at some point, but I've been so bad. I've bought so much recently, so I need to just like, in the words of the great philosopher, calm my tits, essentially. But look at this one. Do you see what I mean? And as I said, if you go into the description box, you can find the PDF. It'll bring you to my Google Drive and you'll get there.
Free market. So what's the brand for these? Is it Yeezy?
Yeezy. So it's over on C Beauty Mall at the moment. So if you want to
Might be in their news section if you search that way.
Yeah, if you go into new in, it's like in the first 2 rows, essentially. Look at these swatches.
I like all the swatches here.
Look at that green. Now, it's a little bit, like, you can see there around the edges, ever so slightly.
It's given OG Ecstasy from the Carnival.
But more.
Palette,
but more.
Slightly more fluorescent, should I say.
Look at that. Look at that shade. Look at that.
I love it.
Love it. No notes.
That'd be such a fun, like, summer palette.
I love it. It's very spacey, but without being obviously space themed. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel...
Well, even the cover is kind of spacey and trippy, and I think it's really cute.
I love it. No notes.
Looks easy to store. Pans are a nice size. Like,
no notes.
Nothing to... Also, with the dips in the top, I think it's safe to assume that those are removable pans.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I think they are.
Even better.
Haven't tried from it, but based upon those swatches, they are looking very good. And the price point, quite nice as well. So I'm not against it. Now, this is our last bit that we're going to talk about in terms of C Beauty, but what a one that we're talking about. This is Shelley. Yes, who have collaborated with Freya 86. If you don't know Freya, I say. Now, they've collaborated with Freya before, and the fact that she's come back again shows that that was obviously a very good one in terms of like a collaboration.
Her looks are sick.
Aren't they?
Love them.
Anything that she's done in the past, she always does something very, very interesting. Now, this is a very nice curated collection. You can get the Punk Bunny Chameleon eyeshadow palette in large, so that's the much bigger one, so this one here, for €51.95. I love that they do the large and the small. I think that's so smart. Because let's be real, if you're like me and you have a million things, it's hard to hit pan. So I think that's so smart. The large one is €51.95 and the mini palette is €25.95. By the way, removable pans.
Is it weird that I really like that shade?
Not weird.
It's like a dirtier, grungier version of Midnight Cowboy. You know, the glitter though.
Yeah.
So it's like that, but it's richer
gorgeous
colour. And for me, in my grunge looks, that's like something I would just cover myself in.
Beautiful. I'd go for the mini palette simply because it would make more sense for me. And that's a 10 shade, so €25.90, so €2.50 per shadow.
I can see myself getting that just for that one
Yeah.
shade. I'm obsessed with that.
I support this.
It is naughty.
There's a lip clay then for €16.95, a lip gloss for €13.95. Now you can get the compact collection, which is with the small palette. So the small palette plus the lip clay and the lip gloss for €44.95. Or if you wanted the bigger palette plus the lip clay plus the lip gloss, that's €67.95. So that's the whole thing together. So that's the lip gloss there, that's the lip clay. Super, super interesting. But we talk about the eyeshadow palettes first. Those fucking swatches. Shut up.
They pack a wallop.
Now, have we seen these sort of shades and colour combos before? Yes. We have seen sort of colour combos like this before. Glamlight have done things like this before. If you have some Glamlight palettes, you probably don't necessarily need this. How and ever.
I think the quality of this is probably be way higher than
I'm inclined to agree. I'm inclined to agree.
Also, I really like that Shelley do the two sizes of palettes where, you know, if you have a really large collection, or like me or Teresa, and you know you're not going to use it every day, you can always get the smaller one, still have the exact same formula, and you know it can sit there and you're still enjoying that without having to pay a higher price point. Also, both palettes magnetic pans too. Like, I don't see a loss here. I wish more brands actually did that.
I agree. And also, what a lovely way to try the brand.
Yes.
If you haven't tried the brand before and are like, oh, I don't know if I want to pay a full 50 for this, even though I think that's a decent price for what it is, you can go for the smaller palette, get the same thing, but in a small. I think that's so fucking smart. Like, we have that for perfumes. Why don't we have that for eyeshadows? Brilliant. Well done, Shelley. Love it. I agree with you in the sense that they're probably better quality than Glamlight. So if, for example, you've got the Glamlight palettes and you actually ended up using them quite a bit, you might be at the point of hitting pan, you liked those sort of tones, this might be a good one to try instead of. Just saying, I think it's a very, very smart idea.
This tickles my pickle.
Isn't that really interesting? So you probably can't see it as well. Oh no, you can see it. That navy and that black, how goddamn interesting is that?
I like how matte they are. I don't know if that sounds weird.
Yeah.
I like how like velvety they look, and I think on the eyes there's just so much depth.
Yeah.
Imagine using those as a base for those multi-chromes in that other palette. Like, it would just be grunge, shine central, and the editorial artist in me just wants to go to town with that navy. Yeah. There's just something very beautiful about it.
And I have a few of their kind of little lip clay mud things. They're really nice. Very nice. So I think...
let me touch one.
I will.
Yay.
I like this. Very, very nice. The lip gloss. So this is obviously it sheared out, and then this is it layered up. Love the look of that.
It's like blood.
It is.
It's so like, that would be cool for Halloween, I think.
Yeah. I love the whole thing is very Halloweeny, and I love it. The packaging, perfection. I love that. I think that's absolutely stunning. So basically what I'm saying is absolutely love this. I haven't gotten it, not because I don't want it, but it's on my next Sea Beauty Mall haul. Will be a good girl though for now, because and I think you can understand why I haven't, because I went and I got the Sugar Rock. It was an executive decision because the Sugar Rock tends to go very quickly.
You sat on that decision for a while though. It wasn't just a rush thing. You know, you were back and forth about buying them. And the thing is, you and me have talked about this brand for over a year now.
Yeah.
So I say it's about time.
Yeah. Whereas I have tried Shelley, so I was like, okay, I know that I'll be okay with that. I would buy that palette. I agree, Wilma. I could see you rocking this. Can I just say, I need to say this right now. Wilma, I need more movies and makeup from you, please and thank you. Myself and Daniela were talking about this.
I was saying I've watched your channel a few times, and I really like listening to you talk about movies and how knowledgeable you are. And it's very, very organic. And I'd like more of that, please and thank you.
Yes, thank you. And also from me. So please, more. I did get Wilma to do a Princess Bride one once, because she was like, you can request one, and I was like, Princess Bride. I got very excited about it. So yes, please and thank you. So that's the Sea Beauty section. Fucking Adept.
Ugh.
Livid. And let me tell you why I'm livid. I love Adept and I think their quality is amazing, but I don't know if you've been living under a rock, but there are tariffs. And the tariffs I think they're talking about are 30%.
Big sad.
So they were always expensive for me to get. Now they're getting to the point where I can't. And I know there are companies that like sell these things like Monolith, etc. But they're going to have to pay the tariffs too. So it's going to go for, like, I'm still going to end up having to pay. Oh my God, I was just talking about that. I am on it. The first one coming is for Teresa, The Outsider. I'm so excited. We're going to get Makeup and Movies. Thank you, Wilma. Thank you,
Wilma.
So as much as I love this and I love the idea of this, right? And by the way, they do have a little caveat. So this is their EBE, so extraterrestrial biological entities. It's €75.95. So it is
so me coded that colour.
It's pricey, but again, €5 per shade, well worth it. They said, we need to begin with an apology. The word reptilian is misspelt on the palette. It is correct on the back of the eyeshadow pan and box. Unfortunately, this misspelled word will not be corrected until the third restock.
If it wasn't for the tariffs, this would have been my first Adept purchase.
But
I can't bring myself to spend that much on shipping. It's so gorgeous though. Like, I can't stop staring at it.
Look at it. Look at it with your eyeballs.
I would use all of that. Yeah. And you know what? I also like all the mattes in there. Because I love those like mauvey taupey words are hard.
Yeah.
Just all of it. It's a good mix of neutral and extra, which is very me.
But this shade is very like that shade from the Natasha palette that I just got.
The green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, we'll be okay. Everything's going to be fine. If somebody could get rid of the orange oligarch and get rid of the fucking tariffs so that I can specifically get this. I mean, granted, all of the human rights atrocities that he's engaging in is also very, very bad, but...
It's also sucky for the companies that are losing out on money because of these bad choices.
Exactly.
And for indie brands, it's going to hit them the hardest.
It is.
And you're going to... I've seen already people closing down.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Ami Cole.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah.
And Ami made a huge impact on the POC makeup community as well in the last 4 years, so it's sad to see her go.
I'm so annoyed about everything that's happening. I will buy them from the US and send them to you. Oh, flea market, you're a silly goat. Don't have to do that. I will if I have, although I was going to say I'll fly to the US, but they've detained quite a few Irish people recently and put them into the camps.
Oh God.
And I wouldn't do well with communal living in a general sense, never mind those particular so yeah, I won't be going to the US anytime soon, but this palette, look at the mirror, like it's so cute. And also look at how good this looks on a POC skin.
Oh my gosh, like flea market, like I know how you said you love aliens as well, and I'm a huge sci-fi nerd, so this just...
We watched The Matrix yesterday.
It's my Matrix trilogy is my favourite trilogy of all time. Teresa watched Matrix for the first time yesterday and kind of understands why my brain is the way it is.
I have more of an insight to her. I love this.
It's so gorgeous.
I'm going to say that, and I have a lot of Adept. I think this might be my favourite colour story from them so far.
I'm inclined to agree because I haven't bought any, and this is the one where I'm just like, oh,
I am legit heartbroken. Maybe that's a bit strong, but if the tariffs weren't there and the taxes and duties to here, and I've said this even to Makeup on Your Radar, who, by the way, she does have a code with them if you do want to take some money off. It's Radar 10, and I always use that anytime I buy from them. But I would talk to the lovely Jamie, who is Makeup on Your Radar, and she'd ask me, oh, are you getting this? And I'd say, there are times where actually the shipping is more expensive for me than the palette. And that was before the tariffs, and I still went and got it then. But my God, if this was €75.95, the tariff is 30%. So let's do some fast math. That's €22.50 just on the tariff alone, plus the shipping, etc.
Sad goodbyes.
It would be a minimum of €160 for me to buy that.
That's ridiculous.
Now, bearing in mind, I did just spend €130.95 on Sugar Rock, but there's no taxes, duties, etc. That's all in.
That's all in, yeah.
I'm so angry, and I'm so angry for Adept. It's just sucky. Thanks for the lip tip. Yes, isn't Daniela fantastic? We love her. She's amazing. Yeah, want this. If I could teleport very quickly to the US, I would. So I'm just very, very angry.
Has Ireland got high tariffs on it?
Yeah, Ireland has specifically gone on some... Ireland does a lot of things in terms of economic, but we've kind of been very like, we don't like what's happening over there. They've been detaining a lot of Irish people as well, who have just come on trips. So there's talk of the 30% tariff. So Trump is going to do tariffs on Ireland just because Rosie O'Donnell... Yes, Rosie is living in Dublin. Rosie O'Donnell, and he hates Rosie O'Donnell. He's trying to get rid of her citizenship. Even though she was born in America, I need to not talk, I can actually feel my blood pressure, like, because I get so angry. It's because Rosie O'Donnell lives there now, yeah. So he's taking a big thing about Ireland. So, yeah. But
Can that man and his Maybelline Matte Dream Mousse just take a seat and stay quiet, please?
Oh, if only. If only. Yeah, I'm yeah, there's a lot of stuff that comes, and sorry, because I have a lot of feelings.
This is pretty. Back to pretty.
So beautiful, so beautiful. There's so many amazing American brands, and I'm so annoyed for them because we've seen so many closures over the last while. Look at Coloured Rain. Look at Annie
I was
Collet.
gutted about Coloured Rain. That was like one of the first indie brands I really like. Them and Nabla, when I first started out as a makeup artist, I still own most Coloured Rain singles in, like, I have a big Z palette with like nostalgia shades I don't really use anymore, but I keep for reference and because they're special, and like, there's Makeup Geek in there, Coloured Rain, like, all these brands that were wonderful.
Yeah, I am hoping that Adept can weather what all of this is, but the tariffs that the US does is what the US people have to pay for products coming from the outside, not what we have to pay. Yes, Mimi, but the thing is we're doing them back. So although the US is doing a 30% tariff on Ireland, Ireland is reciprocating, which makes sense. That's like, that was always going to happen. As soon as you put, like, you can't just put a tariff of 20% on the goods that we're exporting and then expect us not to do that as well, because it's impacting us. So yeah, Ireland, it's kind of been said, it hasn't been put in yet, but the Taoiseach, who is our Prime Minister, has talked about this, and our Taoiseach, who is our Vice Prime Minister, has also talked about this. So yeah, the 30% is gonna come in dual ways. So this is why it's like, tariffs are stupid. It just fucks over the consumer. Nobody else. It's not helpful. That's why generally they're not used. And that's why it's so good to be part of the EU, because we've that free trade. Anyways, drives me nuts. The less I talk about it, the better. Let's talk about happy things. Glisten Cosmetics. They've got some speckled pens. So this is for if you want to draw on some freckles. I don't have any freckles. I have a few here and there, but that's about it. I love freckles. I think they're the fucking cutest thing in the world.
I have a few on my face.
You have a few, but not many.
Not many.
Yeah. I think you've slightly more than me.
I've got, like, I said if you joined up the ones on my cheeks, it would make a 5-point star on that side.
Which is true. So they have 5 shades. There's Russet Squirrel. Because I've been calling her my squirrel. Taupe, Toffee, and Cacao. They're €9.95 each, but if you wanted all 5, they're €37.95. This is where I say I'm a disgusting affiliate with the brand. So is my gorgeous girl, Daniela. If you look down in the description, you can use her code, which is Cosmic Peaches. It's written in the description.
With 3 Zs.
Yes. It's written in the description, darling. Go look at the description, or you can use my code, whichever one you want. I think these are quite nice. I know, like,
I don't do freckles, but I was looking at them, and I'm going to check the ingredients later and see if they're lip safe, because I could imagine using the taupe and the cocoa shade. The cacao, the taupe, and the russet as potential lip liner stains. I know that sounds weird, but those are the kinds of colours I like.
Not weird at all, and this is why
I was wondering if I could pull it off that way, because if they have a similar formulation to those pens that you get that are lip liner inks, if they stay on your face the same way, then why not here as well?
Mimi said that she finds that when she puts them on, they look dirty on, like, freckle pens. Mimi, that's happened to me so many times as well. I'm waiting on Glisten to stock the Jordan Liberty. Oh, I hope that. Yeah, they should be doing that, surely.
I'm surprised they're not on already.
Yeah. I was kind of shocked that they hadn't put them on. Maybe it's that they want to do it on Blend Bunny's site first.
Might have been a limited batch first just to get a taste.
Maybe.
I think that sounds quite... Because I think with big collabs like that, if you're going to have a separate line, you know, it makes sense to not make a huge batch first to see how it does and then release it over time.
Well, they never said it was limited, so I would suspect...
I don't mean limited, I just mean like...
Oh, yeah.
Test the waters.
Yeah. But we know they would be coming out with it again, because they never said,
well,
it's a
they plan
one.
on expanding it, don't they?
Yeah. So, good shout. Wait, and then there's a couple of other nice Glisten bits that you can pick up as well, I will say. So it's not a bad one. Now, the pièce de résistance, Cosmic Brushes. Now, I did say...
This.
Yeah, she has this. She's on PR. So this is launching Friday, 25th of July, 6 p.m. UK time. It's the Smolder palette. My lovely friend Tia has been an affiliate with them for a very long time. You can use her code TIA10 for some money off, etc. Do you know what's really interesting? I find it funny that there's some people who do just crawl out of the woodwork when Cosmic comes up, and they don't do makeup anymore. And I'm not naming names, but they just crawl out of the woodwork whenever there is a Cosmic Brushes launch and are like, use my code.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there. Again, not naming names.
I use Tia's code when I post my looks because I was asked if I could be given a code. I said I wanted to support my friend, but I appreciate the PR that I receive.
Yeah.
And I have a very good friendship with Faye from Cosmic Brushes as well. She's a wonderful human being, and really relatable and very sweet, and knows that I've been going through my degree and checks up on me during it, which is so appreciated. But no, I've got the palette. It's gorgeous. If you love culturals, you're going to love this. It's like what culturals needed to expand, in my honest opinion. And when I'm back on the 24th, I'm going to a do on the 27th. I'll be using it then and posting a look before it as well.
Yes, so do
keep your eyeballs out
check.
for that, because I'm going to go full ham and full grunge and just bring that back, because it's been a while.
Yeah.
My studies came first recently, but I'm excited to let that creativity train flow again.
I'm excited for this. Don't say this. My wallet needs to be protected. I know.
This isn't the right channel if that's what you're after.
I will say though, Cosmic keeps their prices down.
We will twist those rubber arms.
I've said this before. Noodles. I need to message Faye because I don't talk to her that often, but I must message her. I don't think I've ever actually properly talked to her, so I should actually just message her out of the blue and be like, hello, you have my debit card details. Take the money and send it to me.
It's released, I think, on the 25th.
Yeah, so the Friday. Next Friday. So in a few days, set that alarm clock, 6 p.m. GMT. So, you know the drill. I'll be there. You'll be there. We'll hang out. I'll trip you up so I can get to the checkout first. Because I'm not very nice as a human being. Like, there's some parts of me that's nice. But if I think that you're going to take something from me, I will punch you in the throat. With love. So yes, I am absolutely getting this. Daniela has said I will like it, and I trust her. Basically, she's my guru, and whatever she tells me to do, I do. So if I jump off of a cliff, that's what's happened.
She's been very handy, you know, funding my £800 skincare routine, and we've been sitting on fences and
eating potato. It's been a whole thing. But yeah, what a thing to end on. Obviously, I'll talk about that more next week when I'm back to our usual releases and rants format. By the way, like we don't do this often, but I will try and do some live releases and rants like once every 2 months or something like that, just to like break it up, because it is fun because I get to actually interact with you guys, and I do appreciate it. For the Outsiders episode of Makeup and Movies, what palette should you use? Ooh. What palette?
I need to know what's in their collection.
Yeah. Well, I would say use some bits from... Actually, use a few palettes. Why stick with one? You know? Have it too.
Jinx, but technically Daniela doesn't have it. I have it. I am the bearer of the makeup. Yeah, because James took my parcels in for me.
Well,
leg swatches. I should make that a thing.
You should.
I think people would
amazing.
go. I don't think people understand how obsessed I am with my boyfriend's legs.
Yeah, he has amazing legs.
He is built like an Adonis.
It's ridiculous. It's like he was chiseled out of marble. I've never seen anything like it.
And it's natural.
It's like if you've seen, you know, the Michelangelo's David. You know, he's like sitting there and
legs.
It's like David would look at James's legs and be like, "Oh,
holy shit!
Why are my legs so shit?" Oh, Age of Opulence would be a good one, Rich. My love. I was going to say Richard. Yes, you are Richard, but also Wilma. You are both Richard and Wilma. I get very confused as to which one. So yes, use Age of Opulence. I would be very happy with that.
Thank you, Flea Market. That's very sweet.
But yes, what a chaotic one it was. But as per usual, I do have my favourite comment. And this is from Alisu Blogs or Ali Sue Blogs. There we go. I can't fucking pronounce things. Purple and yellow and Easter. You're thinking of Cadbury's chocolate eggs, aren't you? I'm always thinking of Cadbury's chocolate eggs. At any given moment, that's what I'm thinking of, is chocolate.
I do love Easter eggs. I feel like they taste different to other chocolate.
It's the consistency. It's because the thinness.
And I like the sound it makes, yeah. And it's like, it's such a... I don't think anything other but a chocolate egg makes that noise.
Why do they not do Easter eggs all year round?
Why is it not just Easter all year round? We don't need Christmas. Eggs all year.
Yeah.
To be fair, I like Christmas.
I do like Christmas too. There's some Christmassy bits that I really enjoy. I haven't had an advent calendar, like a little Cadbury. You know how you get the little...
I think you should get one this year.
I think I should.
It's a little treat.
A little treat for
Teresa.
treat. But because I'm the most impatient little bitch, I'd just be like, I'll eat them all in one go. Blah, blah.
That's my problem. My ADHD takes over and I'm impulsive.
I wonder if Butlers does an advent calendar for Christmas.
Shit the bed.
If they do, I'll have a look and I'll bring one over for you and James.
Are you coming to see me in December again? I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. Sorry, I come to her.
Days.
Yes, and I will bring food. Anyways, that's it. Thank you so... Yeah, Butlers do Easter eggs, James. Oh, I'll do that as well. I'll get an Easter egg at Easter and
we'll
bring
just
it
eat
over.
it in the summer.
Bring it over for your graduation.
Oh man, a graduation egg.
Oh my god,
that should be
my
a thing.
check-in bag is going to be so fucking weird.
No, if I could ever... Oh my gosh. Hold on. If I could find the image you sent me in December.
Yes. Danielle has gotten really into potatoes. And when I was going to see her in December for her birthday, I bought her a few packets of Tato, and also her partner James loves Banshee bones, and I got a few. Now James likes things in fours, so I kept that in mind, and basically, you know, like a check-in suitcase, you have like two halves. I filled one half of the suitcase, so if you just opened it, it was just Tato's everywhere.
Tato,
it was just Tato. So I had like half. That's why I was able to put my carry-on into that half, because it was totally empty.
It was quite possibly one of the best images you ever sent me in my life, and one of the most ridiculous you ever sent me.
I was like, is this enough? And however many packets of Tato you're thinking of, it's probably a little bit more. That was it.
So it was a crisp mule.
I was. Just
so you guys can really see.
Just easing UK
Did I eat every single one? Yes.
Yeah. It was fantastic. So, I'll be doing that next summer, but with, I guess, Butler's Easter eggs.
James put it's the tism. It really is. Because I'm that person. I love food. I'm a foodie. But you give me food that I really enjoy, and I'll be like, yes, I like this every single day for the next 6 months. It's like, will you eat anything else? No. This is great.
It's like you being over here and being like, when can we go to Supermax again?
I did actually ask that last night.
And I was like, don't worry, it's happening. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining. I super appreciate it. Do let me know if you'd like to have another live again at another time. I'm afraid she won't be here. Sorry. It'll just be me staring into the void like a cross-eyed yolk, because I do go a little bit cross-eyed
Tell
sometimes.
Teresa she is beautiful.
I am
and
beautiful.
worthy of all of our love.
Damn right. Yeah, we'll work on my self-esteem. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again in another one. And I do need to coordinate a live with my YouTube community members, because we will do. But if you're alone, who will you kiss?
Yeah. Just put lipstick and a pair of eyes on your hand.
A little Google it and be like, I love you so much.
I don't know what that's the first thing that popped into my head.
Just take out my Sylvanian family dolls. Be like, I love you. Let's set up a GoFundMe to get Daniela's gorgeousness Shea Teresa's. Yes, yeah, we should do that. But anyways, I'm gonna fuck off now. We've had essentially a 2-hour live. We did well. I am going to go and eat some Tato now because I also want more.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Hopefully I behaved myself enough. No.
Never behave. I don't want that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week in the more formal releases and rants format. Love you lots, and see you then. Bye. Bye.
Toodle.